What's going on? Rob here, jack of all trades, master of none. Today I am going to be doing a belly cast and show you how to do a belly cast. Now people, they actually look for belly cast kits. You're going to try to go all over the place, look for belly cast kits. Well, we picked them up at actually Michael's. You look for these, they're plaster wraps. What these are plastic bandages. They're rolled up like an ace bandage, and then you cut them in strips. You cut them in strips first, so this way they're all ready to put on the belly. So you open those up. But what we're going to do right now is I had extra. These are puppy pads. We're going to go ahead and put the puppy pads under the area that we're going to put the chair on. Then put the chair. Then our body person that we're going to plaster is going to sit in the chair. But we're going to fill up the bucket right there with warm water. Not cold water, because you're going to have to put it over them. And then we're gonna cut the strips up, and I'll show you from there. All right, I know I got DIY $10 belly cast. I want to make sure you know how to get the $10 belly cast. It'll be like $12 if you don't do it this way, but me and my wife both got Michael's accounts, and if you subscribe to the newsletter, they're constantly sending you coupons and all that stuff, because me and my wife are constantly shooting videos for YouTube. So if we had, each of us had a 50% off coupon on each of our account. Therefore, she got one for like $3.89 and I got the other for like $3.89. We probably should have bought 3 of them, okay? But we get it from Michael's, and you look for the belly cast, and those things are a lot more expensive than just the non-toxic plaster wraps. All right. Also, at the end, the t-shirt did come off really easy after it dried. It'll dry in 20 minutes on the belly, but after you get it off, let it dry for 2 days. All right. Thanks for watching.
Fine once it's wet.
Okay, this right here is 15 feet in the roll, 104 inches by 180 inches. Now this is pre-soaked in plaster, so once you put this in the water, dip it in the water, you get it all wet, and then you can put it on and smooth it down. But what you have to do is cut this into strips, because you're going to put strips on. You're not going to wrap it all the way around the body. You're going to put strips on, and you're going to overlap them like this to make it more stronger. Okay, we got the setup with the, actually puppy pads on the floor. We got a puppy pad on the chair and the warm water. It has to be warm water because you can't make them like with cold water every time you put it across their belly. It has to be warm water where it's going to be warm on their belly. But with a pair of scissors, you cut your strips how the length that you're going to need them. I'm actually going to cut them long enough to kind of wrap around the belly and wrap the length of the belly. So I'm waiting for her to come upstairs so we can put one line on the belly to see how long that's going to be. So I'm trying to get the length that we need for the belly. So this is going to be the longest strip that I'm kind of going to need, but we're going to put them all different ways like this. So this will be one of the longest ones, and the rest will probably be 3/4 of this right here. And then those will be the ones that we're doing all kind. But these right here, these rolls come in 15 feet. This is 180 inches, 15 feet. And we are going to do the top part also, but she's going to put an A t-shirt on, a muscle shirt, and then that's how we're going to do the top. All right? Alright, what we're doing right now is just cutting a donor A shirt, a muscle shirt, so then this way we could put the stuff up here and I don't gotta stare at my daughter like that. Alright, these are the strips all cut out already, and we got some squares right here because these squares are gonna go over the belly button. But in the same, if you're gonna not have a t-shirt on and have a bare breast, you need to cut some of these off for the nipples also. Alright. Alright, right now what we're doing is Vaselining up the skin really good so the plaster don't stick. So we're going to rub the Vaseline on it, and actually we're going to put Vaseline on the shirt to hope, this right here is going to be in hopes to prevent it from sticking to the shirt. If not, we're going to cut the shirt off right here and right here to take it off. But right now we're going to try to Vaseline all over it. So this is going to be a new thing for us, trying this right here. You gotta get a nice coat on there where it's slippery so the plaster don't, if somebody's really dry skin and it absorbs into the skin, put another coat on it. Okay, now we're gonna see how this is gonna work out. We're putting the Vaseline over the top of the shirt to see if we can peel it out. But if not, we're gonna cut the top right here and right here, because that's gonna be on the inside of the cast anyways. And what we're gonna do is decorate the cast like a sweetheart. I guess that's what they call them. Okay, now this was 2 packages, 2 of the 4" by 180" and we're trying to make it stretch to the baby doll, but you do have to do a couple of layers. So we're trying to make it stretch to get up to the baby doll at least. But that's 2 boxes, so what I would have probably should have done was I should have bought 3 because I didn't realize how big she was. Okay, now like I said, if it doesn't come off the shirt, we are going to cut the shirt at the straps and then take it off that way. Because what we're going to do on the outside is I'm going to leave it to her to paint however she wants to paint and decorate, because I know I can do it, but she's the mama. Now, we are counting the pieces to make sure we have how much pieces we have left, counting down to make sure where we got to cover. We're strategically placing them now at this point. Alright, now my wife is shaping the, what is that called, babe? The sweetheart. My wife is shaping the sweetheart, and we almost started running out of plaster strips because they were really big, and seeing that everything is covered right here already, everything is covered, we're just going for reinforcing now. So I cut all the 4" strips into 2" strips right now, and what she's doing is she's overlapping them in all different directions to make it sturdy now. It's been 19 minutes since we started applying them, and my wife been concentrating on the sweetheart up here, but my daughter says that she already feels this getting hard and kind of coming off of her belly. But we are going to do like at least 4 layers, and that's why we cut them into 2" strips right now. When she's dipping them in the water really thinly, she's taking some of the water out so it's not dripping all over the place. And there's some drips on the floor, but it's not a lot. Another thing is make sure you don't wrap it on the back, because if you start wrapping it on the back, you're not going to be able to pull it off. Alright, we got the last couple pieces we're using for the sweetheart. We even cut them shorter to shape it. We just want to reinforce the sweetheart a little bit more. And probably right here. Also, this is only one right here underneath the armpit.
Oh, you got more. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Now, what the thing is with this is getting the actual shape. This was 2 packages of the 4" by 180". Like I said, I cut them down to 2" when we got towards the end a little bit to get a little bit more reinforcement here. I know it's the same amount of length, but when you cut them into 2" you can overlap them and crisscross them a lot more. Here's the thing with this also, if I feel after the 2 days of it drying, if it is still kind of tender, it will be solid enough to buy another roll of plaster to put another coat over it. So after 2 days, we'll see how that feels. Alright, now this right here took 30 minutes to do this. We were going to try and do it 1 piece and 1 piece with me and my wife, but I kept getting in my wife's way, so I had to get out my wife's way. And she actually shaped it up here for the sweetheart. And if you can see, it's already getting hard on the side where it's coming off the skin. But it says to allow dry for 2 days. So my daughter's supposed to stand here for 20 more minutes, but we're probably going to see how long she can take standing and then take it off. But after 20 minutes, you got to be really careful trying to pry it off and then set it to the side for at least 2 days. If you don't feel like it's if you don't feel like it's hard enough, what you do is you could actually put it on the table somewhere and buy another roll and just go over this right here. Alright, it's about dry. I mean, it still feels wet, but it's completely off for her all the way around, see? So what we're going to do now is cut the shirt off. We're going to cut the shirt right there, and then we're going to let it rest and dry the rest of it right there. But it is dry and it is ready to come off. Put this right here. Got the scissors, my love? Okay, it's been 20 minutes now. There's the belly cast. Right there. It took, it was $10 for the plaster. So all it was $10 for the plaster. And that's how you make the belly cast. Now right now, we're really not going to try to pull this out. We're going to let that finish drying. and we'll take that out later. It is going to peel out. See, it's peeling out, but I don't want to mess up the shape of the belly wrap. So we're going to let that dry. Alright? Other than that, you could sand it and paint it, but if you don't feel that it's sturdy enough when it's dry, set it on the table and layer more plaster on it. Alright? Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you. Bye-bye.